So what I wanted to cover today is a little technique. Well, it's not really a technique. I just wanted to teach you guys or refresh you guys into some basics. So one of the basics I want to fresh you into things like for people who want to talk about their business. Obviously, Christy Price Points. We've got Craig with his coaching program. We've got Tom with his video editing. We've got Katie with a coaching program, and we've got Rob with the Institute. So what this means, everything I teach is based around a few different things. But the biggest thing I want everyone to really get in their head is the difference between meditation and trance, okay? Because there is a difference. Now, with meditation, it's important and it's necessary and it's something you must do every day. But why, right? Because like I teach, there is a second, it's into brain waves, okay? And I want you to really start understanding and taking into account the power of brain waves. Again, back to basics.
Welcome to the Mindset by Design podcast with your host, the expert Andy Murphy, where you will learn the tips, tricks, and strategies he teaches his world-class clients to give you the skills to dominate any business.
What's going on, Mindset by Design crew, and welcome to episode 358. Hope you are amazing as always. I'm sitting here, Latin America. I'm actually in a hotel, and I've got this beautiful view. We've got blue skies going on, and we're in the middle of a city. So if you hear some honking, some noises, hey, you know what's going on. You know what's going on. And speaking of knowing what's going on, I hope you do. I hope you've had a really awesome week listening to this. This was actually the 1st of June today, so we've hit a brand new month. And last week was actually the first episode I missed in a long time. Yeah, quite a long time. We had chaos with the apartments, we got sick, there was loads of stuff going on. That's kind of what happens when you live the digital nomad / freedom lifestyle, you know? Because the thing is, it's every country that you go to, it looks really glamorous from the outside, you know? Oh, you know, I've done this for 20 years now. I've been working from my laptops for probably like 15. Haven't seen coaching clients face to face in probably close to 10 years. Do you know what I mean? I forget sometimes that from the outside, it looks glamorous. Jumping on planes, traveling to all of these countries, working a beautiful lifestyle job, helping people, earning good money. Do you know what I mean? I've done this game for a long, long time. And it always looks glamorous from the outside. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, anywhere you follow me, Andy Murphy Mindset, you can do it. You'll see, man, there's always beautiful views going on. There's always awesome things happening. But it's always glamorous from the outside. In the inside, it's never like that. When you're traveling, we all know what traveling's like. It's a pain in the ass, right? We all know what it's like to set up a new house or move, right? Well, imagine doing that in different countries all the time. You know, so it is awesome. I absolutely love it. But one of the things that enables me to be able to do this and still perform and be congruent with my performance too. I'm not just one of these people who says it and doesn't do it. No, I'm on point. I'm meditating an hour before I even get out of bed in the morning, you know. Then we do visualization. Then we tune it up. And you know what I mean? It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to maintain flow, to maintain high and peak performance, to get your brain tuned in. It takes a lot of work, and most people don't understand it. The truth is, building an online business, most people do not understand their own power. They do not understand how to interrupt these patterns in their brain and retrain themselves. They don't know how to expand into the next stage of their business. You could be going from 5 to 6 figures, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. It's very different when you're building a team or an organization or you're stepping inside of pressure. It's very different. You could be a coach, you could be an entrepreneur, you could be a trader, you could be stepping onto a stage, doing a business merger, or just getting an idea out to the world, you know what I mean? Or real estate, or sales, or whatever it is. The truth is, to maintain a top level performance, you need to have absolute control of your mind, your emotions, what pattern or program or software or visuals are playing in your head, and who you are or how you step into being in peak state and flow, firing all the right synapse connections, firing the right chemicals with the right focus, confidence, belief attached to whatever it is you're about to do. And it doesn't just happen. Look at it like an athlete. An athlete doesn't just win a gold medal. No, they've train their body and their brain to perform under intense pressure. Well, that's what I do. That's what I want to show you today, and that's what I love to do, whether it's through my groups, my mastermind. That I'm getting a mastermind going again. This is going to be an ongoing thing. You need to be a part of it because we're going to tune your brain up and grow your business and your life to a whole other level that you didn't think was possible. So that's coming out. So because of that, what I wanted to show you today is it's just a simple clip. I've done so many of these over the years, but this is a powerful clip. But it's really showing you the power of brain waves and people's misconception of what that means and really the power of what this is. Most entrepreneurs think that they've got it all together. Because they've got a brain and a mind, they think they know how to use it like an ultimate version of them, or a world champion, or a billionaire. You don't. People don't, man. The truth is, if you're not pumping your brain the way it needs to be every single day, if you don't understand the ins and outs of neuroscience, neurolinguistic program, behavioral psychology, all of these things, then one, your communication 100% to yourself, your team, sales is not on point. If you don't understand hypnotic language patterns and all of these different stuff, then you're leaving thousands, tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars on the table, right? Fact, it's just what it is. So what I wanted to show you today is, well, my perception or my lessons or my teachings around all of this. So once you understand this, and we're going to go into military tactics and sharpshooters in a second, but once you understand this, you realize that the biggest skill set in your business, in your life, is how you think. Every idea, every concept, everything that you're doing came out of your imagination, or it came from a thought. What would happen if every thought that you had was the one you wanted? Do you think that might speed things up? Do you think that you might hit another level of success real quick? Absolutely, absolutely. And that's what I want to just introduce you to today. But I want you to also pay attention. That's why I want you to follow me on Facebook and Instagram and all over the place. Because one, I've got a constant line now of badass masterminds coming out. And remember, this is 20 years of teaching influence, persuasion, sales, performance for every level entrepreneur you can imagine. And those are the things that I want to bring out. So we've got a mastermind coming, but what I've got coming in the next few weeks, and I'm going to let you know, is some cool master classes or trainings. Going to be 2 hours a day, 2 days, and I'm going to blow your mind, and you're going to go away with massive value. Sound good? Awesome. So Andy Murphy Mindset, find me somewhere, and let's kick ass together. So just before we jump into this clip, I know you're going to love it. You might want a paper and pen. You might want to sit somewhere quiet so you can pay attention. And I'm about to show you something that most people don't know. And even if they do know, it's not common practice for them. It might be common knowledge, but it's not common practice. And I'm just going to give you a glimpse, just for 10-20 minutes, into one of my masterminds, okay? So that means you come on a journey with me. It's a 12-month membership. We only have a select group of people, like 20 people. And yeah, we go and kick ass and scale businesses and just have a beautiful life together. If that sounds like you, awesome. We got this coming out very, very soon. I would love you to be a part of it, or at least find out if it is a right fit for you. So, yeah, pay attention, enjoy, hit me up on social media if you're feeling frisky and fun. do a review, man. Do a review for me. Apple loves me for it, and Spotify loves me for it, and I love you for it. And that means I can keep pumping these out. So let's jump into today's episode. Enjoy, and I will, I'll see you at the end of the show.
So what I wanted to cover today is a little technique. Well, it's not really a technique. I just wanted to teach you guys or refresh you guys into some basics. So one of the basics I want to fresh you into is, well, it's a couple of things, right? So let's move you up there, Zoom. Okay. And then, as I say, we're going to have time for somebody to, well, a couple of different things, like for people who want to talk about their business. Obviously, Christy Price Points, we've got Craig with his coaching program, we've got Tom with his video editing, we've got Katie with a coaching program, and we've got Rob with the Institute. So what this means, everything I teach is based around a few different things, right? Obviously, we're all meditating. Everyone meditates, and again, you've all heard me say this, but the biggest thing I want everyone to really get in their head is the difference between meditation and trance, okay? Because there is a difference. Now, with meditation, it's important and it's necessary and it's something you must do every day. But why, right? Because like I teach, there is a second part. And what I mean by that is, let's move past that bit. It's into brain waves, okay? And I want you to really start understanding and taking into account the power of brainwaves. Again, back to basics. What's playing in my ears right now? Not connected to the computer. Playing in my ears is binaural beats, constantly making sure my brain is in the right frequency. This year is about obsessive growth. This is what you're here for, obsessive growth. And what that means is we must not treat life or this year as a fight anymore, right? We must treat it as flow. There is a massive difference, okay? The fight side of us, as I come from a martial arts background, right? It's all my life has been about fighting. But the challenge with fighting in life is, well, it switches on a very primal part of us. Right? It switches on, like Craig was talking about before, the fight or flight response, the amygdala response, right? Which is activating, and guess what? Other primal parts of our brain. We are then in a reactive mode. We are then intense in the wrong way. We are basically in scarcity and fear, which in a short-term aspect can absolutely create motivation. It's like again, back to basics, putting your hand on the fire, right? Ow! We want to move away from it. We keep putting our hand on the fire, it creates wounds and scars, okay? And damage. What we want to use is that pain to push away from, but now we move into flow. So what I want to get everyone used to again is understanding and utilizing different brainwave frequencies, okay? So again, just to refresh real quick and then we'll move on. And we'll just give it a little taste of these things every week so we layer them together. But the difference in levels, again, delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma, right? These are slightly different to what you probably have seen before, but this is a nice representation. Relaxation and stress, creativity and intuition, super learning and focus, concentration and alertness, and compassion and kindness, or flow state, gamma, okay? So the reason I'm showing you this is, well, there's a couple of different reasons. And this would be a great one for you, Craig, if you've not seen that stat before. Because again, what's it showing? Brainwaves, or having access to the unconscious mind, has a 93% recovery after 6 sessions instead of psychoanalysis or behavioral cognitive therapy or other these things. We're dealing purely with the unconscious mind. So my point is, meditation is massively important. We can go through meditations, and if that's the questions that you want, I will show you how I meditate every day. But I teach this as a 2-part series. The first step is what? Meditation. What's meditation do? Changes our nervous system over to parasympathetic. It switches our brain into gray matter, so it starts healing, right? But the other side of it is, now we're feeling calm. Now what? Okay, so this is where we move back into the visuals. So I want everybody to start to become obsessed with the visuals, okay? Before I get out of bed, there is a 30-minute hypnosis that I do. I do not get out of bed until that is done. Why? I want my nervous system switched on. I want my chemicals correct. I want my filter system in place. I want the neurology lit up. So that now becomes me. So this now has to become such a discipline, because I want your brain, or what you see, to automatically to be who you are and your best life and winning, right? There was a song the other day. It was interesting. Steph started to sing it. It was just a random song, but it was like, oh, that was it. Stuck in the middle with you. And I was like, fuck that song. Don't be stuck in the middle. We're here to win, 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 no matter what. And then it's like messing around. But look at the difference in visuals. Look at the difference in focus. Look at the difference in language. Look at the difference in kinesthetics, the feeling, just by changing the language which connects to the visuals, right? So through your coaching, through yourself, you now become your biggest experiment, okay? Why is visual so important, right? Again, we've seen all these studies. If you've been through the 8-figure or you've been around me, but I'll go through them very quickly. Proven over the past 14 years, right? Now it's 19 years. It also has helped me understand the military have spent a lot of time and money on compiling evidence to demonstrate the same results. For example, sharpshooters, right? Expert marksmen who were wired with a biofeedback machine. Components were tested. 3 different ones: heart rate, skin temperature, and blood flow, right, to those skins, right? 2 different groups. One was given the guns and shot. The others were what? Well, they just visualized, okay? Surprise, surprise. The mental rehearsal was proven to provide similar feedback and biofeedback results in the visualization group as the group who rehearsed it physically. Plain and simple, right? Another study showed that using the near-infrared spectroscopy, the blood flow actually increased to the part of the body that was being imagined. I'm telling you this bit for a reason, okay? Let me tell you about that bit. That becomes massively important, what's saying there. Blood flow actually increased to the part of the body that was being imagined. Why am I telling you this? Because the next stage of your business career, your life, or moving forwards, okay, is to do with something I call neuroconditioning, okay? What does neuroconditioning? It's a term I've come up with for one reason. Let's use martial arts as an example, okay? So a Muay Thai fighter, everything's gonna be martial arts for me, I get it, but a Muay Thai fighter, right? If you've ever seen them train, they kick trees with their shins, okay? They elbow hard things. They punch, like the Japanese actually punch something called a makawara. It's a hard board. Does it hurt? Yes, absolutely hurts. Kicking that tree, brutal. Do you think it hurts if you do that 10 years later the same way? No, absolutely not. That's conditioning. What I want you to understand, neuroconditioning, or how we condition your brain and nervous system, is getting used to being in the next stage of your life, winning, right? Becoming a version of you. That's where we neurocondition. The reason is, it's like moving someone, an athlete, from training to game day. If we just move them from training and they're performing awesome, and then we put them in a stressful environment that's different, what happens is that then their body will react. The amygdala will go off. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, you safe. They're not going to react the same way. They're not going to perform the same way. I want you to understand this is the same thing with the next stage of your business. Receiving 6, 7, 8 figures a year. You dealing with new clients, you putting yourself out there on video for everyone to see, you launching a new coaching business, whatever it is, understand you're stepping outside of this box into the new, okay? That is where you get the alarm system. Are you safe? Your alarm system might go, no, I'm not safe. We go back inside the box, right? You've all heard me teach this. So what we're trying to do next is the visualization of outcomes, who we are, what the next stages are, getting used to money, seeing that level of clients come in, maybe an even exit strategy on your business. If your brain, nervous system, filter system isn't used to that moment in time, guess what's probably not going to happen? That moment in time, right? Because it means that you're not ready for it. It's like watching 100 UFC fights and then thinking you can fight. You can't, right? It's like it's watching 1,000 Wimbledon finals and don't know how to play tennis, but you think you can. You can't. So it's about hand in hand. It's called extrinsic and intrinsic. But what happens is we have to build this to be used to stepping into the outside world as we build the outside world. Does that make sense? Everybody, am I ranting, right? So what I want you really get used to is we all meditate here, I am very, very sure. But the second part, once we've dropped our brainwave frequency, once we've accessed the software, once we're nice and calm, is then the visuals.
Okay, crew. There we go. The end of episode 358. Again, that lesson, that's one. That's one, you know what I mean? And that's there's probably another 90 minutes of that whole class. And I just want to show you how we do things different. So if you're stepping into something new, it could be expansion of your business. It could be you've dipped and want to get back to it. It could be that you are building webinars or on camera or stage or business mergers or got an idea to get it out there. What you need is, yes, you need one, high-level influence in every capacity across your sales pages, across your videos, across your whole brand. But also we need to give you something else. That's the influence side. The other side of it is the performance side. As you're growing your business, you need to be in the ultimate version of you. Why? Because we're not just telling you to do motivation. No, I'm training your brain and nervous system to respond to that new version of you, new goal, that new way of your business is performing. That's how we move from 5, 6, 7, 8 figures plus. It's the only way, whether people are aware of it or not. But if they're not aware of it or they don't do it full time, then what happens is really, that's like trying to learn a sport off an amateur versus a world-class professional. It's a big difference. So if that sounds like you, come and find me on where? You got it, social media. Andy Murphy Mindset. You will find me across all platforms. I've got a mastermind coming out. We've got these master trainings coming out. So just pay attention. Come and hang out with me and let's kick ass. Let's make this life and business amazing. You deserve it. So until then, you have an amazing week. Much, much love. And oh yeah, one more thing. Why don't you smile for me?
Thanks so much for listening to today's episode of the Mindset by Design podcast with your host and NLP expert, Andy Murphy. We'll catch you next time.